Lokantah Behera, former IG of NIA. Mr. Behera, thank you so much for speaking to Times Now. And to begin with, you know, as somebody who's been associated with this entire matter as well as the NIA, now that Tahawwur Rana is expected to touch down here in India, how important is this moment for you?
See, actually, he is a charge-sheeted accused person in two cases. One by the NIA, another by the Mumbai police. So he is very crucial. And as by this time, everybody knows that how close he was with David Coleman Headley. And David Coleman Headley's role in Mumbai attack, everybody knows what important role he played. And he only played that particular role. He could do that because Rana only helped him. That is the actually thing. Also in 2011, we first in absentia charge-sheeted in the NIA, we charge-sheeted him in a court of law in Delhi. Subsequently, the Mumbai police also charge-sheeted in the Mumbai attack. The difference between the NIA charge sheet and the Mumbai charge sheet is that NIA charge sheet it talks about the larger conspiracy, not much beyond the Mumbai attack. So what is happening is that this person is very crucial because we believe that knows many things which we could not get because we didn't have an access to Rana, unlike we had a access to Headley. So he is very crucial and his interrogation is very crucial, and the NIA and other agencies including Bombay Police will do a good job, I am sure, to find out the maximum information from him and whether any other persons were involved and what are the actually other gaps which were there in the conspiracy can be filled up by interrogating him and doing an investigation.
Right. Mr. Behera, I believe your video is blurred there. We're going to request you if you can fix that for a quick moment there. But my next question to you is this. You know, in terms of the specifics of who all were the handlers, who all were the perpetrators, you know, we, of course, the NIA and other agencies would have had the opportunity to speak to Ajmal Kasab, but individuals such as Tahawwur Rana, what is the kind of information that you think they can reveal about the then existing terror network, and not just the terror groups, but also the role of ISI and the Pakistan Army, which is believed to have been a very active role that they played as far as the perpetration of the 26/11 attack is concerned?
See, in the conspiracy investigation, certain facts were revealed and those things were presented before the court. But there are certain unanswered questions about various plannings and some actually minor details, including some of the more handlers. There are a few handlers' name came. But whether they are the only handlers or there were people above them or below them, we do not know. And there are actually visits to different places in the country to why that was so. And who are the local contacts, if there were local contacts there, who are actually there. And there is another part is that little bit of financing part also can be looked into about this particular aspect, though most of the things have been worked out in that particular way. But a particular accused who is Farar Tha, and now you got him back actually in your hand, having all legal jurisdiction with you to elicit information, this is a great achievement. I mean, extraditions are not very easy. I have done more than 10 extraditions. I know the difficulties there. So now it is a credit to to our country, to our agencies, to all the higher-ups, that they have done a fantastic job in getting him. By actually conducting proper investigation, after the interrogation, they will get more information which will be very useful for our agencies.
Absolutely.
That is the importance of Rana.
Absolutely. But Mr. Behera, beyond this particular case, beyond this particular individual, are we hopeful that from whatever testimony that he may give, that we may be able to perhaps, you know, get others, those on Pakistan soil, which Pakistan, after receiving several dossiers, has refused to act upon, you know, individuals such as Hafiz Saeed, Zakir Rahman, Lakwi, at least we could build that international pressure on them to take certain steps against the individuals who are perpetrating terror from Pakistan soil. Mr. Behera.
See, this question is, I am not probably the right person to answer, but I can say that our diplomacy, and that is actually helped us in getting him. And of course, the contribution of the agencies and the legal team who actually did a good job in the US for his extradition. But the other part, what you are now talking about, it is again you have to play the diplomatic card and very, very strategically do to actually build up these particular dossiers, etc., which were already made. But the question is that how a particular country has to respond, that is the question of diplomacy. So you have to actually take in that particular thing. That's why I say that being an investigator, I will not be able to answer that question. But I see that if information is power, so get more information from him, which can be used even today, tomorrow, and it will be very useful.
Right. As far as the role of Tahawwur Rana and David Headley is concerned, we've been reporting on this for quite some time now. They are two individuals who are very close. Every time he came to India, Headley made, on one occasion about 3 dozen calls, on one occasion about 66 calls. And of course, one of the trips that we've just broken, where he stayed at both the Trident as well as Taj with his Moroccan wife, he only called Tahawwur Rana. None of his other handlers even knew about that particular visit to India. Doesn't this show the kind of role and the kind of relationship and equation that David Headley as well as Tahawwur Rana had? And can you, give us some more examples which perhaps you would have come across through the investigation, which highlights the kind of relationship that they had?
Look, we in our circle very jokingly used to say, one is the shadow of other. So it is like that. They studied in the same college and they have a bonding. And they have actually same kind of jihadi ideology. So it is no matter, otherwise why a person will open an office for his friend to come and so as an employee so that he can be camouflaged and be hidden. So these kind of things will say that these particularly they were close that helped them. And they were probably became closer to achieve a mission which was given to them by their respective handlers. See, today, if you ask me that who is the real handler of Rana, probably it will be very difficult for us to say. Now, after he comes here, after a particular eliciting kind of interrogation takes place, then we will be able to know how deep is the entire conspiracy.
All right. Mr. Lokantah Behera, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us your perspective.